Happy Independence Day, everyone! This is the 75th Independence Day, and sometimes I wonder, do we really deserve independence? I mean, we really are the worst citizens on this planet with no respect for nation and what we got in life. And I am not talking about chest thumping, blaring patriotic songs, or watching foreigners react to Indian stuff on the internet, or being a troll and competing with every other nationality on the internet. With being good citizens, I mean civic sense or the lack of it in India. Because as I see it, in 75 years of independence, we haven't yet learned that waste is to be thrown in the freaking dustbin and not around it. And no, the road is not a dustbin, or nor is the pavement. 75 years, and we still haven't figured out which is the correct side of the road to drive on. Because for my car, even the wrong way is the right way. And we are colorblind as well, because we clearly can't figure out the difference between the red and the green light. And of course, zebra crossing is just very basic graffiti. What we take pride is in not following the rules, but breaking them, to show others that we are above the law and that we can buy it or it literally is my dad's property. And even if one breaks it, instead of confronting it or condemning it, we follow it because why should he alone have the privilege of driving on the wrong side or avoid the traffic? And of course, we have our favorite excuse to all the problems in the world that the government is not good enough. The government can only install the dustbin. But it is your lazy dumb ass that has to get up, reach it, and put your stuff there. When we got independence, we were the poster boy of poverty in the world. Then now, come, if all governments were pathetic, we are on the verge of becoming a superpower. If it wasn't for government schemes like Green Revolution or White Revolution, our generation would be starving like other African countries. How did ISRO become what it is now? Or DRDO? Or the medical field progress with AIMS? Or the credibility of the IITs? Or the development in the IT sector? All this, and I'm just scratching the surface here, all this while being continuously at war with two annoying neighbors, fighting over five major wars and numerous other battles, keeping soldiers stationed at the most difficult terrain from the highest battlefield to the deserts of Rajasthan. If the government was weak in the past 75 years, we would have been divided in so many parts that India would have looked like Europe. So stop blaming the government. We don't pay taxes, and yet, despite all the limited resources, time, and again, our governments, be it from any parties, have tried to deliver the best the country needed. But what have we done? If there if there's a new train inaugurated by the first ride, we start to steal stuff from it. Or if we have disagreement with them or anybody else, despite being from the land of Gandhi, we find burning public property as the best way to get our point across. And I can clearly see how much we love India. We love India so much that we put a fictional age old rules made by fictional beings above the rules of the nation, and hence deny calling it our mother and pray for its glory, despite the fact that the most famous rendition of the song Vande Mataram has been given by a Muslim, A.R. Rahman. We love our country so much that we boycott movies just because the actor belongs to a specific religion, disregarding the fact that most of these actors have given the most patriotic films of our times, like Ant Dangal, Swadesh Chak De India, and clearly forget that even when we were nothing and everything was against us, we only had the movies and its soft power that the world knew us for. But of course, love for the country means fighting amongst ourselves for petty issues that are a blot on the dream that that our founding fathers had. Are we really worth the sacrifice they gave? That so many people gave their life for, both literally and metaphorically, in the sense that not just being martyred for the nation, but dedicating entire lives, sacrificing the pleasure of homely comforts, all for the idea of India and for our future. How dare we question the contribution made by any of them? Who are we? We pit Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel against Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. If these guys really hated each other, would they have worked together to convince every single state to unite and form our country today? They may have issue, but they never divided the countries. But today we are dividing the very country which they united just for a mere fact of who should be given the fucking credit. They did not do it for credit, and our foolish as should recognize it. It was all for the true love for this country that we can never ever understand or even fathom. We can't even spare a second to wait at a traffic light, let alone dedicating entire lives for nation building. Then we have the audacity to question what has Gandhi done or what has Netaji done? How dare we? What have we done for this nation? Just think about it. Just be calm and think about it. Really, just think about it. We break all sorts of rules and do it in the front of our children and teach them that this is the right way to do things. It is shameful that we pass judgment on these great heroes based on their sexual orientation or affairs or their drinking habits. It is none of our fucking concern. What matters is the action they have taken. They are not godmen, but men that became legends for their deeds, which we judge them for drinking or smoking habit, but call it a great tradition when the army does it, or call it living life to the fullest when you do it on the weekend or even today by breaking the rule of dry day. I really request you with folded hands, like literally folded hands, this Independence Day, just introspect and list down 5 things that you have contributed to India and write in the comments below. And also do it on Twitter and Instagram using the hashtags my contribution and Happy Independence Day. And let's see how many of us can come up with anything worthwhile. A note to our neighbor who is also celebrating its Independence Day. Sometimes I feel India and Pakistan are the stupidest countries on this planet because for a mere piece of land, we have been putting the future of our countries in jeopardy with no other primary reason and just pure anger and hatred for nothing. And then, like complete hypocrites, we have excellent and most peaceful relations with the country that put us in this position, destroyed us for 250 odd years, made us slaves, made kings into beggars, and destroyed the future of so many generations, so much so that we have yet not recovered from it. But we fight each other to snatch land from each other, but never have been able to bring back even a single penny from the main instigator and the big villain of the story. It's stupid. I know a video can't change much, but really, at least if nothing, on this day, at least show a collective resentment and demand apology from the main antagonist that put us in this spot. We fail to realize that out of all the countries in the world, nobody understands each other like we do, and we have the most common things. And yet, if Canada and America can be together, the entire Europe after 2 world wars can be together. Why can't we be peaceful? On this landmark day, I really wish the best to all of us. I trust each of you and love every Indian from the bottom of my heart. And it is my genuine and sincere request to let's play our part in the story of India and be the champion of its idea by making it the country that our forefathers imagined. We owe it to them and we owe it to every fruit grain that we eat with freedom and self respect because each of it has been irrigated by their very blood. And it does not take much to be a good citizen. It can start with just making sure that the wrapper lands in the bin. Remember to use that hashtag. List down your contributions under the hashtag my contribution. Spread this video. Let's start a movement. I have nothing to gain except peace and love for this country. And I want this country to be the best in the world. And I will help try everything in my soul to do it. Till this time, we take a vow to help this country. And till that time, live long and prosper. Jai